So with the recent events surrounding Dragon Ball Super, today guys I am joined by GeeklistTV as we discuss the theory of Black recognizing both Goku, Vegeta, and Lord Beerus alongside many other characters. Now again guys, if you guys have not caught up with Dragon Ball Super up until right now, episode 50 going into episode 51, simply tune off of the video and catch up, then come back so we can talk more Dragon Ball Super. Now I have several things that I wanted to ask you here today, Mr. Geeklist, one of which being, how in the world does Black recognize Vegeta and Lord Beerus? Because when he came through the time portal, we get to see him there. He's hovering on over. He's obviously scoping everything out. He's just observing, and he spots Vegeta. He goes, Vegeta, like he's questioning it, and then he looks on over to Lord Beerus, and he says, Hakashi Lord Beerus, and he's just like, wow, okay, so the God of Destruction Beerus is there as well, and Beerus doesn't seem to recognize him, neither does Whis or Vegeta or anyone else except for Trunks, but even though we don't know who he is, the only person there that's familiar with Black is Trunks. So my first question to you is, how and why do you think Black recognizes Lord Beerus and Vegeta, especially in future Trunks' timeline, where it's 17 years after the android invasion, which means that technically Goku, future Gohan, Vegeta, Krillin, fuck Yamcha, but him too, everyone else is dead, right? They were killed off by the androids, or in this case, in Goku, the heart virus. So Vegeta's not supposed to be alive. Maybe his reputation of him being the Prince of all Saiyans and stuff, but maybe that's why. But even Beerus, which is kind of questionable because that just goes back to, you know, does an alternate version of Beerus even exist in the future timeline? So my question to you is, how does Black recognize these names, even by face? It's not like he just knows the names. He knows how they look like. How is that? That's my question to you. How is it that he's able to spot these people when it's 17 years in the future, and presumably enough, everyone else except for Beerus is supposed to be dead? Even though we don't know where Beerus is, he's still able to recognize these people by face. How is that? That's my question.
I mean, it's kind of the opposite, man, because it's like, I can see him recognizing Beerus, because if the whole theory about him being a Kaioshin is true, or him being some type of evil entity, it's like, you would think he might know who the God of Destruction is, you know? But Vegeta, whatever you want to call him, it's like, yeah, I don't know how he got that. Maybe it's because he does have a reputation. Correct me if I'm wrong, I remember Kaioshin or King Kai, he knew who the Saiyans were, right? I'm not sure if he knew specifically what Vegeta looked like,
right?
But he knew what the Saiyans were, he knew what they were known for. So a Kaioshin or an evil entity possibly knowing Vegeta by reputation could be true, but again, it's like, how would he know exactly what he looks like, the armor that he wore, like, it just seems very funny, you know, like how he would know exactly.
It was by exact detail. Even Goku, I mean, obviously he looks like Goku, so he would know what an alternate version of Goku would look like because he's using his form or whatever, his body, as he said. But for him to recognize Vegeta by face and by name alongside Beerus is very intriguing to me. Now, it pertains to what he stands for. Now, he stands for quote-unquote justice, but his version of justice, his interpretation of justice, is to slaughter humanity. Obviously, he's trying to eradicate not only people, but just Saiyans as well. Saiyans, he told Trunks straight up, even during episode 48, 49, and 50, he told him, I'm going to put an end to your proud Saiyan race. And then even while fighting Goku, he told Goku, I've always wanted to use this body and test this body and fight you in this body. And Goku didn't know what he meant when he asked that. And of course, that's when Black replied by saying, that's not important as of right now. What's important is for us to dance. And of course, he just blew fucking Goku right into the mountains. Even while Goku challenged him, because Goku called him out. You guys can go ahead and watch it, guys. Goku called him out and he said, what are you waiting for? And Black said, well, I can say the same thing about you. So Goku was trying to push this dude into using his full power, in which case he did not. But what I felt like was happening here was the fact that Black was obviously baiting Goku in which case I believe that little theory is true, because even after they fought, Black went back into the future, he was on the floor, and he specifically said, I have embedded his fighting style within my body, so now I can just perfect my technique even more. That's very interesting. I mean, no, he's not Perfect Cell either, in case some people are wondering, well, he said perfect, so it must be Perfect Cell. No. But there have been theories out there going around that it might be Captain Cocky, or Captain Ginyu, as you all want to call him. So, do you think that the Frogman actually went on ahead to take a decomposing dead Goku's body, or is there something more here? I personally, I do not stand with this theory at all, but you brought up several points off camera that I want you to elaborate on right now. So do you think that the whole Captain Ginyu theory of him taking Goku's dead body is true or false?
I believe it's false, but it's not exactly that dumb.
Okay,
now,
why is that?
For one, the Goten theory is pretty dumb. I think that's one of the worst theories I've ever heard. But the Captain Ginyu theory, now, he would still technically be alive during the time Goku had his heart fibers because, if you remember, he was wished back with the planet.
Yes.
So he would have been alive during that time where, Goku was dying, and then, of course, the whole android... If he's still alive now after the whole android destruction, I don't know, he's just one lucky fucking frog. But other than that, if he... It's not even the fact that he could be alive, it's just this, guys. I see people say this theory all over the place, Facebook, Twitter, etc. The reason why people are doing this, in my opinion, is I believe they think it's Ginyu because if you look at Frieza, Frieza knew who the God of Destruction was,
right?
And Captain Ginyu was second in command. I believe that's stated in the manga. I correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember if it was in the anime, but I do remember he says that Captain Ginyu is second, and he wouldn't need Goku to replace Captain Ginyu when he tried to persuade Goku. I could be wrong.
In terms of Frieza's army, yes, he was second in command.
Yeah. So, with that being said, it would just kind of make sense, it's not too illogical, that he would know who Beerus is, too. And if you remember, he didn't know who Whis was. I don't think even Frieza knew who Whis was. You know what I mean?
I don't think anybody knows who Whis is.
So, the fact that he didn't know who Whis was, but he knew who Vegeta was, he recognized Vegeta, and of course he recognized Goku, and then of course the line of, the line that he been wanting to fight Goku in his body, and then the line with the perfecting his fighting style. If you remember the last time Ginyu did take over Goku's body, he did not know how to use his body, and he never fought Goku because remember Goku was Captain Ginyu at the time.
That is
so
true.
This
but what
time
about
he
his
actually
voice? Because every single time Captain Ginyu would switch bodies, he would have his own voice.
That's the thing. So it's like, I don't know, bro. Like I said, it's not gonna happen. It's not Ginyu. They're not bringing back the frog. But if it was,
but your theory does make sense because Ginyu did recognize everyone and he does know everybody by face. But I think that theory is just
I'm with you, man.
Garbage. I don't think that. I mean, hey, listen. If people have theories and opinions, all the power to you. But something like that
they have to make sense. They have to make sense.
You would have to look at it to where this frog would have to like just steal this dead man's body. It sounds wacky tacky.
Yeah, it sounds wacky.
All right, even if he took his body, right? Where the fuck did the earring come from? And where did the ring come from?
And the fact that he's getting stronger, like that wasn't in the fucking Namek saga. He wasn't getting Zenkais or growing during fights. It's like,
oh hell no.
Black is just a completely different entity that we don't even know what it is. You know what I mean? But again, like I said, I don't agree with the Ginyu theory, but at least it does have some merit on like the whole Goten shit. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. But what about the theory of this being Broly? I don't even want to go there because some people are gonna say, well, it does make sense because the last time they fought, Broly recognized Vegeta and Goku. So no, that's.
What would you do? What would you do?
If it was him,
super reviews. What would you do if after Black went back to the future, he's like, my key is overflowing? What would you have done in your review?
When they go to Universe 10 and he's like, I have a confession and I'm gonna say it to you. Who? You? Me? Yes, you. Kakarot. I was like, I will not only lose my shit, I think I'll flip my desk and I'll probably like punch my mom in the face because like I like Broly and all, but like his dialogue and his build up and like everything about him is just so bland. Yeah, he's a tank, but like I can't forget about it. But going back to what you said about Black being his own guy, do you think that he is being told what to do, like sort of having like a boss? Because obviously by that he would have to have some information as to who's who. Perhaps maybe this person didn't know who Beerus was or Vegeta, but this other person that was above him, that was pretty much governing him and just telling him what to do, informed him like, all right, listen, you're taking the form of Goku. There is a person named Vegeta. He is the Prince of Saiyans. There's also what they refer to him as Kaioshin Beerus-sama, Lord Beerus, the God of Destruction. So I mean, I can see Beerus being recognized because he has that title of being God of Destruction within one specific universe. So I can see him having merit and having reputation to allow people to know who he is just by his name. But by Black recognizing Vegeta's face, by Goku's face and stuff, it was kind of odd to me. So, do you believe, in your opinion, that Black knows more than we think? I mean, my follow-up question to you would be, one of the few. The first being, since Black already knows of Beerus and Goku and Vegeta and Red and Blue, do you believe that he also knows of the because he did know of the Super Saiyan transformation. We saw that because he was always curious to know what it was. He knew what it was, but he was always curious to see it. And then when he saw it and he actually tasted that power, as he told Goku, he was like, "This pain's gonna make me grow." And even when he went back into the future, he said, "Wow, so that was the power of Super Saiyan Son Goku." So if he knows about Super Saiyans, but now obviously never seen them, do you think he knows about fusions? Do you think he knows about Dragon Balls? And do you think he knows about the Super Giant Dragon Balls?
I mean, dude, if he knows, well, just because he knows the Beerus doesn't mean too much. Because if I remember correctly, Beerus didn't even know what the Super Dragon Balls were, right?
But so, Champa did.
Champa did.
Which is kind of like, how do you not know you have giant balls in your fucking universe, dude?
Giant balls.
Yeah. Anyways, the truth.
Anyways, yeah. I mean, I could see him possibly knowing. It's not like it would like drive me nuts. I wouldn't go on my keyboard. How does he know this? You know what I mean? Start looking up, shit just to like prove it or whatever. I mean, if he knows, he knows. It's whatever. But I mean, shit, man. I mean, it's hard because like we just don't know. Like, there's so much to go off of. Like, the fact that he just knows who Goku is, he knows the power. It's like he knows that Goku is special, and obviously he is Son Goku. He refers to himself as Son Goku. If you remember, his name isn't Black. He doesn't call himself that. He calls himself Son Goku. It's just Future Bulma didn't want to disgrace Son Goku's name,
Yeah.
So he refers to himself as Son Goku, not Black. This is what we call him. So it's funny because he got to fight Future Trunks as a Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2 every once in a while, but he specifically said, "Let me see the power of Super Saiyan Son Goku." He knows Goku is a completely different guy than Trunks. That he knows exactly that Goku is a special person or a fighter. You know what I mean? So he was wanting to taste that. He was wanting to taste, and I quote, "the strongest warrior of the proud race." You know what I mean? So it's hard, bro. Like, I really don't know. It's like, I mean, I want to ask you something. Sorry, I know this is your video, but I want to ask you something. On Geetum and Rhymestyle's video, go check the video out, guys. They were talking about the heart virus theory. Go check that out. Geetum has said he had saw someone commented on one of his previous videos that Black Goku is the heart virus that manifested into Black.
The whole heart virus thing. Like, all right, people are saying he was clinching onto his heart, man. It looks the exact same as when he fought 19. But here's what people are forgetting, right? During that whole fight, Goku nailed Black so many times during that, around that regional area.
Yeah.
He kicked the shit out of him. He punched the shit out of him. He was aiming, well, I wouldn't say aiming, but his opener, per se, was his abdominal and chest region. Goku landed some pretty stiff-ass shots. Maybe, just maybe, that indeed did trigger the, heart to pretty much reanimate itself, if in fact this is a dead body. Because the whole notion of this being Goku using, or at least a dead Goku being revived by someone and using his body, I wouldn't be against it, but people are saying, well, it has to be 100%, confirmed fact because we see him holding on to his heart. Yeah, but are you forgetting that Super Saiyan 2 Goku kicked and punched this man really, really fast? Like, especially during the first sequence when Black was being pulled back by the wormhole. And when he turned his head and looked back, Goku was rushing right for him, and he nailed him. He nailed him so hard, he nearly flew right through the distortion. So, and the second time was when he was staring at the time machine, and obviously he let his guard down, and that's when Goku flew up and he said, "Don't look away," and pow, right in the chest, almost knocking him through the distortion once again. So he hit him quite a couple of times during that, region. If you slow down the fights, in which case I did. I remember looking at certain scenes where Black was punching Goku in the face. Goku wasn't phased. Goku punched Black in the face several times. Black wasn't phased. But when Goku nailed him around that area, he seemed to have been phased, yeah. So maybe that theory might hold up. But the question here is...
But it goes against the topic of this video.
It does. But the question also is, it's like, Goku... Alright, if... Well, using the form of... See, it's such a contradiction because, it's like saying, all right, well, if it is the dead Goku from the future, at what given point did this person decide to take that person's form? Because remember, like human bodies, like bodies in general, like they decompose. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure he didn't wait 17 years to steal Goku's body, because by then his body would have been decomposed.
Not only that, whoever took him, like let's say if you say someone took Goku, then that person went dug up Goku's body because I'm pretty sure they buried him. Because remember he died of
But his
natural
body would
causes.
be decomposed, don't you think?
But I'm talking about like as soon as he died, it would have to happen. So someone must have came and got him then and taken off somewhere. Because remember,
wait,
Black
so you're saying when he died, right? Like right around that time?
Right when he died, like right before the androids came, when everyone. If that did happen, then why did they leave? Why didn't he just revive Goku there and then start killing the human race? Remember Black said he's been traveling around and destroying other planets? Why did he leave? I guess, but it just seems very funny. But then if that's the case, I can maybe see that happening because then that entity would know the beings like Beerus and etc. But they go back to the heart virus manifestation theory. If that is true, and this is just the heart virus, some bug or some parasite. I know, baby, but this is just some.
Oh man, let me tell you something, people. People, man.
If this is some heart virus / parasite that took over Goku's body and then became Goku after Goku passed or perished, then how would he know who Beerus is? Because Goku in that timeline didn't know who Beerus was because he died before the androids even showed up.
And speaking of Baby, that goes back to what you're saying because Baby himself was secluded and he kept himself as far away as possible to grow stronger so one day he can come back and avenge his ancestors. And what did he do? He started with a couple of local people, moved on to Goten, to Gohan, to Vegeta, and obviously wanted to get to Goku, but he settled for Vegeta. So that would be such a reflection as to what Baby did, because maybe perhaps, let's say hypothetically speaking, this person, whatever it was, creature, took the form of Goku, knowing that he's not strong enough, perhaps maybe first decided, all right, you know what, let me go out there, conquer some worlds, get used to this before I come back.
Could be possible, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like getting used to it. So, same thing with Imperfect Cell, right? Before Imperfect Cell was doing anything, obviously he didn't want to fight nobody because he felt like he wasn't perfect. He wasn't ready. Yeah, he fought Piccolo in 17 and stuff, but did he really want to? No, he just wanted the androids. So by this whole theory standing on Black being the deceased Goku, I could see it happening in a way because recognizing Vegeta on Goku's end and for the entity to recognize Beerus on their end, I mean, I can see that because...
Yeah, I can see that happening,
I can see why, because obviously Goku during that time didn't know of Beerus, but this person does. But this person may not have known anything about Vegeta, but after taking Goku's body, he regained like some sort of like a memory as to who's who and stuff, so...
It would make sense because he calls himself Son Goku.
Exactly. So. Like, why is that? Like, why is he impersonating and faking himself and being someone he's not? It's quite an interesting thing. I mean, but then again, he told Goku it's an honor to fight you and stuff. Like, he was being such an asshole. Obviously, you know, like, he doesn't want to give his information away. I do think that we're going to find out who he is, possibly the hard way. Because I hate when villains just flat out tell you, all right, well, this, that, and the third. One person actually came out with a very good analysis to when the same thing happened with Piccolo, and when Piccolo interrogated Imperfect Cell said, you know, I am an android, you know, blah, 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 and he told everyone, like, hey, listen, so my name is Cell, I am an android. Not only do I know the Kamehameha wave, but I also know another little technique called the Spirit Bomb and stuff, so that was pretty interesting because it caught Piccolo off guard, but he was still able to try to attack him, but Cell fled, so maybe that's the case. Maybe they finally get him into a corner, and they're like, all right, who are you? And he's like, well, I am so-and-so, and blah, 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 blah. And I call myself Son Goku because I am the real Goku. You were originally sent here to destroy, but instead you became a pussy. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's setting out Goku's original mission. Because, I mean, clearly he's destroying stuff. And that was supposed to be Goku's original mission, right?
Yeah, I mean... there's like so much you can go off on, man, and I'm sure you have like a whole bunch of comments.
I mean, there's a lot of inconsistencies. You can't really doubt that.
Yeah, it's...
Well, I mean, let us know down below, guys. How do you guys think Black recognizes Beerus, Vegeta, not just by name, but by face? Comment down below and let us know, guys. Again, thank you guys for watching. If you guys are fans of Dragon Ball, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more content like this. If you guys are stoked for the upcoming episodes of Dragon Ball Super, punch that like button right in the face. Check out and subscribe to GeeklistTV before he goes back into Universe 10. Any final words before we go, bro?
Nah, I think that's pretty much it.
That's it, guys. Thank you all for watching. We'll be seeing you all later. Take it easy, everybody. Peace!